Hello, my name is Justin Bilyeu, and I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of our STEP grant application. So to start things out, you're going to need the link to the application. You can get that in two ways, either in the email that either me or someone else on the team has sent you. That's probably the most direct and easiest way to make sure you're in the right form. So you would just open up the link. The other way is if you go to the Commerce website and you go to the grants and loans section, you can search for the grants manually. You go down to the search bar, keyword search, put in STEP, and that'll pull up both the initial application and then the reimbursement form. So if for some reason you lose your email or don't have access to it, you can always find it this way. It's a little bit easier to get turned around in here, so I recommend following the direct link that we send you, or you can always reach out and ask for that. And so let's go ahead and just follow that link and we can get into the form. So it'll take you to this landing page. It'll let you know this is for the STEP application. When it's a reimbursement application, it'll say so here. So this will let you know if you're in the right one. You might be tempted to click application forms here, but it's actually this blue apply button. So that's where you want to go. It'll ask you to log in. If you've logged in before to this new grant platform as of 2025, then it'll just ask you for your credentials when you click citizen login if you're a business. If you haven't created one in this new platform as of 2025, when you click that, it'll have you create one. It'll send a verification email to your email, and then you can confirm it and get your login. If it asks you for a registration number because somebody else in your company has already created a profile for your company, you can call the help desk, state IT help desk. There's the number, and you dial 2 for login support, and they'll get you logged in and help you look up that number. Or else you could also go to your profile, which I'll show you, and it has that number. So the first person who created it can also just hop in and look at the number and give it to the next person who's trying to create a login for the same company. I'll click state, but most people will be going through that citizen one. That'll get me logged in, and as soon as you log in, it takes you directly to the form. And then up here, you'll see this is where your name is, where your profile is. That'll have your email, and that'll also have that registration number that you can share with other people. And the reason they do that is so one company can have multiple logins and everybody can view the same My Request tab that shows all the pending things, and everybody can work on different drafts and submit things, and all linked to the same company. So the form is just some really simple questions to start, just a little bit of info about your business to make sure that you qualify. If you have any questions about these, you can ask. It never hurts to reach out so we can help you with those. You might be a little confused if you see start application. You might be tempted to click that before you start over here, but it won't let you. It makes you do the minimum answers here, because when you click this, that actually creates the editable draft. So we come through and do the basics, then click start. That creates the draft, and then you'll see this be a submit button. So that might be a little confusing, but if you try to click it, it'll make you do this first. So it'll kind of remind you. So you can come through here. You'll just fill this out, like your basic info. I'm just going to show what it looks like to kind of buzz through this and make sure these are all answered. And then the NAICS code, it'll show you how to look that up if you don't already have it. That's just your industry information. So we do need that. Kind of what your product and service are, how you impact, just some other basic questions if you're ready to export. And then it'll come through and show you the different activities that we have going. And then you'll click whichever ones you want to apply for. You can apply for multiple categories, and within those categories, you can, if you want to do a couple travel stipends, a couple trade shows, you can do those. It'll give you a spot to apply for multiple. So you fill in all your info. If it's international, if it's an international show but it's hosted domestically, that's actually this little drop down here. it'll just make you verify that it actually is a qualifying international show that's hosted somewhere in the US, and then you'll have to provide a little bit more detail when you're doing your reimbursement. And so you can go to the bottom and add another trade show. You can do marketing, e-commerce, or if you want to do a travel stipend, put your country, the details, add more. So the add more lets you do a couple trips. So if you have a couple trips coming up, then it'll ask you sort of your overall goals. If you put multiple activities, just go ahead and type out on the different goals for those activities. You'll need to do a W-9. Our accounting team asks that you either have a wet handwritten signature on the most updated IRS version, which is 2024 right now, which is available here. You can also Google it, or a verified e-signature on that through something like DocuSign. So it's just one more piece here. So you get that uploaded. It'll ask you for your name and the date for the certification of what to expect from the grant. And then if you want more information from the SBA, and then if you have anything you want to attach, anything else you think needs attached that you didn't see space for on any of these forms, at the bottom, there's always this extra add attachments if you can't figure out like where to attach something. So it's a little backup. So then it's like, okay, I did the basics. I want to start the application because that's going to create our working draft that shows up in this My Request area that you can always go back to. So if you want to like start it and then you're like, oh, I need to go look up the dates or confirm that this domestic show has an over 10% international presence, you can go find that and then come back and submit it later. So you'll see this readout both when you create your grant application and when you submit for reimbursement, and it reads out zeros here. We don't use these numbers. We just add things up on our end, on the back end. So you don't have to worry about this. This is always just going to read zeros, so don't worry about that. So you'll see that it's in the draft stage. And go through, you can edit it, add more stuff, and then click submit application, and that comes over to us. I'll show you in My Requests. It takes a little while to load, but that'll pull up if you have any open drafts, the other grants you've submitted, so you can go and look at them. It'll also give you the chance to, after you click submit, it will you'll have the ability to withdraw it if there's something that is off about it, or if you just no longer want it submitted, you can withdraw it, so you can see everything that's ongoing in there. If you click your name for the profile, that will again bring up your email that you've attached to it and your registration number that you can share through Teams, so they can create logins that are all linked. But in that case, again, you can always just call the IT team if you have any problems finding that number, getting logged in. They're pretty good at getting you logged in fast, so you can get back to the form. So that's the basics. Yeah, so we'll click into our draft and then go ahead and submit it. So when you're ready, you click submit application. Then it'll give you the opportunity to withdraw it if you need to, but hopefully you won't have to. So again, just ignore the zeros, but then you're all done once you're there. And I'll reach out via email and let you know that we've got it. And you'll then get a separate email saying whether you've been waitlisted or approved. And then after your show or activity, you then will submit your STEP reimbursement application. So there'll be a separate video for that. Thanks so much, and talk to you later. Bye.